Hello, hello. We're going to have our live today with me, attorney Elena Shaltsova. We're going to be discussing the most recent immigration news, little updates. I'm going to share with you the last ones this year. So please join me. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you would like to discuss today, as we're going to be closing this year with not so bad news, but mostly discussions as to what's there to come. Don't forget to let me know where you're watching from, and we here on this channel sharing news updates and tips of how to get what you want in terms of United States immigration ICE free. ICE free. That's how we are trying to do that here, meaning that instead of going through removal proceedings, you always should try to fix your status prior to being put in this uncomfortable and stressful situation if possible. Hi, Shigal from Houston. And that's what I'm doing when I'm sharing with you various updates, tips on how to approach this or that immigration situation so that you will be prepared and hopefully you will educate yourself and with time fix your immigration status ICE free. Now, don't forget to ask your questions in the comments, because after I'm done with my presentations, I'm going to turn to your comment section and I'm going to read those questions and I'm going to answer them for free. So let's start. Couple of interesting updates I wanted to share with you today. One of them relates to USCIS approving work-related green cards, while the visa bulletin says that the visa number is not available. Recently, apparently, there were a number of such approvals issued so that it worried immigration attorneys, and immigration attorneys went to AILA, American Immigration Lawyers Association, and asked them, what are we going to do with that? Why it's important? Because if we know that the government issued a green card to you in error, they can take it back at any point. Even when you go for your citizenship, instead of giving you citizenship, they're going to place you in removal proceedings, even though the mistake was purely theirs. So for that reason, good immigration lawyers know that if something like this happens, you have to rectify the situation right away. And that's what they've done. They went to AILA asking them, hey, help us out. Something is happening. And in response, USCIS gave written replies saying that do not worry, we're going to honor those approvals. We distributed visas at the time when they were still available, and we just issued decisions after the time when the visas were no longer available, but you should be fine. You know, guys, how important it is to get this thing? Because this little update, saves you thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and headaches and deportation proceedings. Because now USCIS, the government itself, stated that they acted within their authority and in compliance with the law. I don't know if they did or didn't, but you do have this update. And if you are in this situation, and guys, sometimes it can be a drastic situation when you're waiting for your green card for decades. Let's say you're from India. You're waiting for your green card for decades, you receive an approval, and then your lawyer says, wait, it looks like it was an error. You want to rectify this as soon as possible to avoid future heartbreaks, okay? So this was done by good lawyers and AILA. Very important to know that. Again, if it may apply to you, somebody you know, it's good to know that this issue was resolved for now, at least. Another interesting update is that USCIS designated Qatar for visa waiver program. It means that certain citizens of Qatar will be able to come to the United States visa-free for 90 days, no more than 90 days. What you need to know about visa waiver is that it's good only for visiting the United States. You cannot change the status to anything else. You cannot become a student if you enter on visa waiver program. You cannot extend the status. Extensions of visa waiver were allowed only during the pandemic, and there was a special process for that. But currently, it's not possible to extend your stay. The only thing that may be possible is to obtain immediate relative visa or green card. In other words, if you marry a US citizen or you are a parent of a US citizen or a child of a US citizen, you will be able to get a green card, even if you entered on a visa waiver. But other than that, there is a complete prohibition on changing status or doing anything with your status if you're entering the United States on a visa waiver. Again, an interesting thing you need to know. Finally, I wanted to let you know that if you're somebody who has an ankle monitor from ICE, you can request ICE that ICE removes that ankle monitor. ICE is revising the conditions of your supervision every 90 days. And you just need to know this information, that within 90 days, you should be able to get rid of that ankle monitor if you do not violate any laws. And if you are a good person otherwise, you show up for your hearings, you pick up the phone when they call you, and if you're behaving, you are in compliance with the order of supervision that you received, you should be able to get rid of that bracelet on your leg. I know many people hate it. It's very annoying. It's mostly for people who, this little update is mostly for people who recently arrived. Because if you've been here for a while, it means that you don't have no ankle monitor, okay? You don't need to worry about that. And now, guys, I'm going to answer your questions live. This is your opportunity to ask an immigration lawyer questions. Please do not forget to send me hearts if you're watching me on TikTok, and send me stars if you're watching me on Facebook. Like and share the stuff if you're watching on YouTube. And let's start. Let's see. We're going to start with TikTok because we have tons of people watching on TikTok with tons of questions. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Are you preparing to celebrate holidays, if any? Let me know. Hi, Hishan. Hello. I would like to you would like to use USA DV lottery process. You're a little bit late. For DV lottery, you have to make your entry from October 3rd or 4th, usually, through November 4th or 6th, depending on the calendar. And it's a 1 month window that the Department of State gives you to submit your free inquiry to become a green card holder in the United States if your country is allowed to participate. Not every country is allowed to participate. Sometimes the Department of State excludes certain countries, but that window of opportunity closed for the year. You will have to wait for the next year if you would like to participate in the DV lottery, okay? Hi, Samuel. Came here with C1D visa, married to a US citizen. Can I do my papers without going out of the country? No, you will not be able to. C1D guys have a direct prohibition on adjusting status. It's easy to receive that visa, but nothing much you can do with it. Hi, Red Sea. How can I bring my fiancé from Egypt? You have to be a US citizen, and you have to submit Form I-129F. It has to be approved. And then the person will have to go for the visa in a consulate in Egypt. But there are certain requirements that must be met before. Thank you very much, guys, by the way, for the gifts. If you're watching me on TikTok, thank you guys for the rose. The requirement is that you have to meet your fiancé at least once in person within the last 2 years, all right? And you have to be able to prove it. Very important. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you for your likes and hearts. What happens if someone's case was closed because they are in removal proceedings? The case was closed in removal proceedings. It means there is nothing pending for you anymore, and your work permit is canceled. Unless you can file for something else with USCIS, you're usually left without status, right? If I got the 4-year extension for removal of condition, but now filing for divorce, will it be okay? Annie, thank you for your question. So you started your case to remove the conditions as a joint petition, and now the marriage fell apart, right? And now you have to proceed by yourself. Whether or not your case will be approved, I do not know, because we need to look at the evidence, to look at what you submitted, how strong your case is. Do you have children from the marriage? Do you have common lease, taxes, and things like that? But what I do know is that you may proceed by yourself, and you will have to file amendments to Form I-751, and then you will have to choose the most suitable basis for the waiver-based I-751 now, depending on your situation. For example, the marriage was entered in good faith, but resulted in divorce. Or maybe the marriage was entered in good faith, but during the marriage you were subjected to abuse. Or during the 2 years you were a conditional green card holder, occurred certain facts, situations that now, if you're removed, will cause extreme hardship to you, right? You can choose all three, you can choose one of those, but you will have to amend your petition. That's how it works. All right. Hi, I was scolded. I got interviewed, marriage-based I-45. Should I bring birth certificate with me? I need to ship it. Yes, you do need to have your birth certificate with you. At least a copy of it, but preferably the original one. Okay, that's how it works. Now, guys, let me see questions from YouTube and Facebook. Hi, ma'am. My judge dismissed my case. It was defensive asylum. What does it mean? Hi, Kushal. It means that you're no longer in removal proceedings, but it also means that you don't have your work permit and your asylum case was killed, basically, right? It was closed. You no longer have anything pending. You don't need to worry also about being deported for now. But chances are you probably don't have any status, and you basically have to look into other options, if any. Hi, Shigal. For a friend, son and wife lives in the same house with her and want to put in paperwork. What do they need to prove? Residence and bona fide marriage. All right, if somebody's filing for something based on marriage, guys, the easiest way to learn about the requirements for the real marriage, bona fide marriage, is to turn to instructions for the Form I-130. And those instructions are available at USCIS.gov website, and you can read right there what is that USCIS would like you to show them, for them to make a decision that your marriage is real. All right. Usually they would like to see a lease under the same name, copies of the tax returns that were jointly filed, copies of utility bills with both of your names on them, photos, affidavits from friends and family, only those who are US citizens or green card holders, okay? What else you can submit? Social media posts, life insurance, health insurance policies that you guys are sharing, things like that, all right? Anything, things like that. That's what you need. Hi, Joel. My friend is overstaying and she has work and got married soon. Can she work while waiting for her papers? If your friend is working in the United States illegally without authorization, but she's also marrying a US citizen who is filing for her, the fact that she's been working without authorization will be automatically forgiven to her. That's just the law of the United States of America. So I cannot tell you as an immigration attorney, yeah, go ahead and work without authorization. But I can tell you that if she does, there will be no consequences for her as long as she discloses it and is truthful about it. Okay. All right. Hi, Danilo. Do you recommend applying for citizenship on the 3-year rule before a new administration is coming? Because I know I'm eligible. Sure, absolutely. If you are qualifying for the 3-year rule, it means that you're married to a US citizen and you have a viable marriage, or you received your green card based on VAWA. Absolutely, file for it as soon as possible. It's always a good idea to file for citizenship as soon as possible. Hiring who? How long does a VAWA take? 2.5 years about. VAWA cases take about 2.5 years, guys. All right. Guys, I do not read Spanish, unfortunately. Do not, I can't. All right. Hi, Aun. No one wants to leave their country, but when the situation becomes such that you cannot stay in your country, then it is necessary to immigrate. I'm a Pakistani, but I have a Qatar residency. I work as a manager in Qatar. All right, the question got cut off, maybe due to the limit of the characters. There is one important thing I want to tell you. My biological parents came from America last year. They had a 5-year multiple entry visa. My brother has also been living in America for 35 years. All right, Alan, it seems that you're looking for ways to immigrate to the United States. EB2, EB3, I do not know what your education is. EB2 national interest waiver, but for national interest waiver, you have to show that you're well positioned to advance certain area of economy in the United States. Usually, you will have to produce some sort of a job offer. It's not going to be a perm process, but you do have to show what is it that you're going to be doing in the United States useful for the United States. It's very important. Other than that, all other routes except for investment are taking a very long time. If we talk about family immigration, guys, decades. So currently in the United States, there is no opportunity to file for something fast in terms of a green card. It just doesn't exist. Apart from marrying a US citizen, you won't be able to get your papers sooner than 2.5, 3 years. All right. Hi, Sandun. Hi, Alina. I was detained at the JFK airport and released after 2 days with I-94 parole under ICE supervision. I have a report once a year. I applied asylum before parole ends, and it is pending. Great. So you were, for some reason, denied admission. You're probably an arriving alien, and you filed for asylum. It means that the judge is going to be deciding your asylum. Okay? You have to go through the court proceedings. Make sure you have a strong case. Hi, Oliver. I got an NVC letter saying my visa number is available and I'm in F1 category and married adult and I'm eligible for 245I. Can the new administration affect my case? Guys, it's a very broad question. Can they affect your case? Absolutely, they can. But in what way? I doubt they're going to be looking into canceling 245I. That would require a special law to be passed. Why would they bother? So I don't think so. A different thing will be if they will come up with some new bars for the green card. If they pass a law saying that if you have a DUI conviction, you will not be able to adjust or something like that. So potentially, yes, they may. Right now, I'm not aware of any specific proposals that would impede your ability to use 245I, but potentially they may. A lot of discussions today about Trump confirming his plans for mass deportations. Again, he went to some kind of a rally and he was asked this question. He said, oh, yeah, I'm going to be doing it. So he's going to be doing it. There is no question about that, right? That he's going to authorize and direct deportation efforts against, first of all, people with criminal convictions and then everybody else. How will they find everybody else? They're not going to share with us now. So you're prepared. We only can guess. We can guess that people with existing orders of removal who have nothing going for them in terms of administrative stay removal or motion to reopen will be targeted. We can guess that people with previous denials of various applications will be targeted. Why? Because you're in the database. Right? How else are they going to be looking for you? Through the system, especially students who's going to lose their status. Why? That's what happened the last time. The last time, as soon as your service record was terminated, ICE was knocking on your door, right? I guarantee you something like this is going to happen this time, right? That's what I think is going to happen. So don't Sit and wait. Have some plan, anything. Even if the plan is just to collect the documents that you may be using for begging to stay here because you don't qualify for anything else, just deferred action. But you have to have an understanding of what is it that you're going to be collecting and why, and what you're going to be doing with it. Ideally, if you can afford it, you would have an availability retainer with an attorney where you pay them a little bit of money and you say, listen, God forbid something happens to me, please be my lawyer and get me out to do what needs to be done, right? Ideally, you're also going to take care of the custody for your kids. If you have minor children in the United States and both of you, husband and wife, biological parents, may be deported, you have to make a custody arrangement. You do not want that child to go through the United States foster care system, okay? Honestly, even if you have status and you're a citizen, you should really have it in place, just because God forbid something happens with both parents, you guys are traveling, you're in trouble, you do not want foster care to deal with your kids, right? So just be mindful. Hopefully it will never happen to you, but taking into consideration all this screaming everywhere about how they're going to be deporting everybody, I would just prepare a little bit, you know. And if you can file for something like marriage-based green card, I meet so many people who like, we've been married for 5 years, didn't do anything. Guys, now is the time. File for it. All right? File. All right, let me see. Let me go to the end because there are tons of questions. Thank you, Anna. Can a political asylum case be based on discrimination by HIV status? Political asylum. Political asylum means that there is a political view. If there is a political view in terms of, let's say your government is oppressing people with HIV diagnosis, right? Then sure. Most likely you're also going to be fitting into membership criteria, membership in a particular social group criteria for asylum purposes, okay? But political asylum, you have to demonstrate certain political views. And friends, for every asylum case, get yourself a country conditions expert, please. A country conditions expert is going to be extremely important at the time when you have to fight for your case in court. If you meet a judge who will be like, I don't care what those articles are saying, what you're saying, show me that you will face danger. All right? Do you know anyone who wants to get married for a green card? Oh my God, guys, please stop posting it, stop doing it. 5 years in jail, $250,000 fine. Okay? Please. Every form says it. So chill. Hi, Gabby. Can a valid work permit prevent you from deportation? A valid work permit means that you have some sort of underlying status. That will stop the deportation, not the work permit itself. My F2A is current. How long should I wait before I contact USCIS? Don't wait. If your F2A is current, why would you want to wait? Don't understand. You want to adjust your status if you can as soon as possible, right? Provided you can. All right. I'm applying for U visa and I have work permit, but my husband's still waiting for EED. It's almost 1 year. Very common situation. Family members receive approvals at different times. I have TPS cases where we filed for the entire family. 2 people from the family are approved. 1 is not. U visa, same situation. It's very common. Nothing you can do about it, apart from placing inquiries and asking them to expedite. That's it. Unfortunately, contact your senator. Maybe they will be helpful. See what causes the delay. All right. Hi. Will their shoplifting charge and one domestic violence charge affect my immigration? Yes, it will. Not so much shoplifting. Shoplifting usually qualifies as minor convictions that don't matter. Domestic violence is a deportable offense. Okay. Just know it. Not inadmissible, but deportable. So not sure what's happening there. But try to close it. Try to get it dismissed. It's very serious. Domestic violence is very serious. Previously, there were changes proposed changes that would prohibit you from getting a green card if you had a domestic violence, okay? Hi, Shafin. I want to go to the United States for higher study. All right, you can do that. You would have to first to contact the local university and get admitted, and then that university will have to issue I-20, and then you'll have to go try to get a visa. That's how it works. Hi, Amuya. How long does it take for I-730 to be processed? You know, in my office, it takes only 4 to 8 months. I do not know why. Maybe we're lucky, okay? Maybe we don't deal with funny cases. I have no idea. But some people report that it takes 2 years. Again, I personally, thankfully, never experienced that, but apparently it's possible that it may take that long. In our office this year, 4 to 8 months, 8 months being the longest, right? Let me see. Let me answer a couple of more questions. Are you guys going to be celebrating Christmas, New Year's Eve? Tell me what's happening in your life. Hopefully, we're going to be entering New Year, even though it will be a challenging year. We all know that. But we're going to be entering with a lot of energy, positive thoughts. We're going to be prepared, right? We're going to be hopefully with our family, friends, and good health. Thank you very much, guys, for your hearts. Hi, Pablo. My I-130 was sent 158 days ago. Pablo is very precise. My medical exam was sent 108 days ago. No dates from USCIS. It's not the time yet, Pablo. 158 days is nothing, all right? You usually have to wait for about a year. I am in the removal proceedings, but if I get married 1 year, and what should I do? All right, if you're in the removal proceedings, but now you're married to a US citizen, first we need to see if you can or cannot adjust status. Adjustment means getting a green card without leaving the United States. Usually, you can do that as long as you entered with inspection or parole. If you didn't enter with inspection or parole, the only way you can benefit from that marriage would be if you close your case in court and qualify for I-601A waiver, all right? Only then. Or, God forbid, your spouse is abusive and you can file for VAWA, but that's about that. Not everyone who is married to a US citizen will be able to fix their papers based on that marriage. You need to know that, okay? This is what's important here. Wait, let me see. Let me see more questions. Thank you very much, Chai Chi, for the rose. Let me see if you have a question of some sort here. Yes, thank you. Thank you guys for your generous gifts. I hope your Christmas time, if you celebrate, or your New Year's Eve time will be awesome. Hi. I come here as a refugee and I've got a green card now. Can I travel to my... Oh my God. Again, this question. You came here as a refugee and you got your green card. Do not use the passport of your home country. Please. Why? Because it's like asking that country to give you protection. When you use the passport of your home country to enter other countries to travel, you're becoming a citizen of that country, citizenship that you gave up when you asked to be a refugee. So please do not do that. You do not want this new administration to take your green card away, right? So don't do that. If you received your refugee status in the United States, you are qualifying for refugee or Asylee travel document. Yes, you will not be able to travel with it to your home country. You will not be able to travel it to the countries that did not sign convention on recognition of the travel documents for the refugees. But you know what? It's okay. But if you do what I say, you will become a US citizen and then you will travel wherever you want with a US citizen passport. This should be your goal, okay? And I know it's challenging. Sometimes you miss your family members who are still stuck in your home country. Try to see if you can sponsor them. Try to see how you can help them out so they're safe. but do not use that passport, please. Okay, in a very limited circumstances, you will be forgiven, but it's better not to. All right. I'm going to take last question for today. Thank you very much, Lance, for your nice Christmas wishes. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. Hi, Oliver. All right, I think I covered that question about 245I, right? If new administration can mess with you. Hi, DTPIC, I have a pending green card. If I move to another city in the same state, will this slow down the process? It won't. It will not slow down the process. Don't worry about it, okay? Is LGBT asylum from Russia? I guess, is it possible to file LGBT asylum from Russia? Yes. Unfortunately, Russian Federation took this position that they would like to prohibit everything. I don't know what happened here with related to LGBT. All right. All right. So yes, you can file for asylum if you truly belong to LGBT and you're from Russia, but make sure you're telling the truth. You still have to show that you're a member of LGBT. You have to be, the burden is on you to show evidence proving your qualifications for asylum. But right now, the situation with LGBT rights in Russia is so bad that you can qualify for asylum using pattern and practice argument, right? That's what it is. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you for your questions. Again, I hope that you're going to have the most amazing 2025. You're going to have so much joy celebrating everything with your family. I truly hope that whatever you wish for immigration and other things in your life will come true for you, right? Let's say you want something, the green card, or for your case to be approved. I hope that it will happen for you. Work on it very often it can. Consult with the right lawyer, somebody you can trust, prepare, and I'm going to be here. Tons of lawyers are going to be here who's going to be helping you guys on this journey. Lots of us are here to help, and we're going to do our best, right? I'll try to go online one more time before the New Year's. But if I don't, I love you all. I truly appreciate you being in my life, even if you post something mean. But we're going to go through whatever is going to come, and we're going to be the winners. There is no other option. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon.